Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on with the show, so please give a big, warm Liverpool welcome into the red corner, fighting out of Majestic Gym, Gavin Rogerson.
So here we go for bout number 9 of the evening.
Gavin
coming into the red
Rogerson.
corner. We've got Gavin Rogerson from the Majestic Gym in Wigan.
Raise the roof for his opponent.
Trained by the one and only Kevin Harper.
Fighting out of the legendary
and in the corner,
Kirby Tyre, Danny
the corner man, Steve Donnelly.
Leadbetter.
And coming into the blue corner, we've got Danny Leadbetter from Kirby Tyre, right here in Liverpool. This is a B-class contest, matched at 78 kilos.
This adult professional B-class Muay Thai bout is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the 78 kilogram division. Over to your referee.
I'm sat here ringside. My name is Sandy Holt from sunny Bolton by the Sea, with Mr. Richard Cadden from Chalk D. And that is the Chalk D Academy in York. Anyway, this is a B-class fight featuring Gavin Rogerson from the Majestic Gym. In the red corner, featuring Danny Leadbetter from Mark Wilson and Steve Cullen, Sasiparapa, Kirby Tyre. This is, as I said, B-class, 5 2-minute rounds. That means knees are allowed to the head. Just seen the Ramway. So here we go.
Round 1.
Round 1 of a schedule 5. Down Chalk D to these two fighters. Chalk D being the gloves that they're wearing. Sponsored from Chalk D in Thailand, brought over here by yours truly. And if you're interested in that bit of equipment, you can get onto www.thaiboxing-shop.co.uk. That's www.thaiboxing-shop.co.uk. Enough of the plugs and the advertisements, let's talk about the action. Monster Muay Thai, absolutely fabulous shorts here, worn, brought by the sponsors. And Alex Foreman from Mazda, who's put, I keep saying this, an absolutely outstanding show on. I'm privileged to be sat here ringside commentating with Mr. Richard Cadden. Speaking of Chalk D, which is the camp where Richard's from, runs in York. And myself, okay, sat here privileged to be ringside. This is B-class Richard. And we've just started off in the first few seconds. Two guys here made 78 kilograms at the weigh-in yesterday. Gavin Rogerson. Majestic
beautiful left hook to the body. Oh, solid knee.
Yeah, good body kick too. Well, occasionally fighters move around. I'm not just moving around the ring like Gavin is doing here. He's impressing and stamping his authority on this first round. But Gavin, formerly of Wigan Thai Boxing Club, trained with Craig Brown, former instructor of mine. He's moved the gyms now to the Majestic. He's probably had, I don't know how many fights he's had, probably about 15 fights down at Wigan. I don't know if do you know if this is his first outing under Majestic or?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, I know he had a long time out because he had some serious injuries on his left knee and left foot when he was out in Thailand. I think he actually broke his foot and he got cellulitis in his foot.
No dear.
So he was in a bad way for a long time, but certainly got a full bill of health back. It's great to see.
There you go. Well, good start to round 1. To me, very, very strong and imposing round. I mean, obviously early doors, we know this, we've seen from previous contests, but to me, impressing himself and impressing me was that man there, Gavin Rogerson, against the Sasiparapa Gym from Liverpool here with Mark Wilson and Steve Cullen representing the blue corner. And in the red corner there, we've got the Majestic team. And that's his brother also in the corner there. Stephen Rogerson, I think, who trains out of, I think he's still with Phoenix under Ricky there in Prestwich. Rick Lewis.
seconds out. Round 2.
And here we go for round 2. Gav straight back on the front foot. Keeping the pressure on. Danny Leadbetter just lifting up that lead leg. Some nice fluid technique there by Danny.
And you talk about legs, I've always said this about Gavin. He's got, one of his legs is about 3 of mine. He's always been like that, and he's very stockily built like a bulldog, isn't he? And his thighs are humongous.
Yeah.
It's not like rugby legs, doesn't he? You know,
Yeah.
and I tell you, wouldn't like a kick off them, that's for sure.
It looks like an English version of Rotung. Do you remember Rotung, the fighter?
Yeah.
AKA the Tank.
The Tank, yeah. I think that's what he should. I'm not sure if actually he gets called that. Gavin, the Tank Rogerson. There you go. Heard it here first off Mr. Richard Cadden. But if you actually look at the size difference on the legs of Danny and them, you don't think these two are in the same weight. But like I said, it's a lot of his weight coming off his legs for sure. Monster. It should be called monsterlegs.com. Sorry, Gavin. Talking about your legs, man, not the fight. You're doing a good job here, and this Danny's soaking a bit of punishment from those legs too, and some heavy hands coming to good body hook what he threw just before there.
Yeah, that left hook to the body and that solid right seems to be part of the game plan.
Yes.
Dragging those hands down. He's popping one down to the body and then throwing one straight down the pipe. Straight right hand.
Yeah, seems to be the tactics for the moment.
And some good knee work there, lifting the knees up.
Yeah.
Pointing that knee really sharp.
Yeah. 3, 4 knees to the 1 back from Danny. And again, once again, our great referee for this evening, Nash Kaswala, straight in there. So 2 rounds in the bag, and I'm just again edging the red corner. Possibly even give that a 10-9 to red, possibly. Definitely, certainly in with the star.
Yeah, he's certainly getting some good effect in his shots, and making Danny take that step backwards. I remember training with Gavin over at GT Gym over in Thailand, probably about 5-6 years ago now. He's got a great work ethic now. He used to be a bit of a lad. Never used to like his dieting. He used to stop off for a quick little snack on his morning runs.
Well, then what I'm about to say, then I don't think he'll shoot me for, because he is a good sport, Gavin. I mean, he has a right banter on Facebook and stuff.
Oh,
another one of his verbal, and I won't even say who it is. Mention no names whatsoever. Daz Morris. Won't mention no names whatsoever. Daz Morris. Okay, but him and Gavin are having a laugh on Facebook, and he calls him Gavin Podgerson because of his eating habits. Sorry, Gav, I didn't say it.
Well,
but I tell you what, it doesn't stop him from. I tell you what,
certainly pulled
he might be
himself
putting
up
some food
well.
away, but he can certainly put some of his opponents away too. Because Gavin's been in some right wars, and he's actually been in some real good technical fights, which he's won. And you know, hats off to him.
Yeah, Gav's got some great movement, some good balance here, lifting up his techniques perfectly. Some great technique being shown. And this is what it comes back to. As we were saying before, this isn't an aesthetics game. It's an effect game. It's not about how you look. It's about how you perform. And if this is how Gav performs, then this is how he performs, regardless of how he feels himself.
Yeah.
So he's doing the business. That's what it's all about.
Well, it's what happens when that bell goes. You know, when you go, you know, as soon as you get in between these 4 ropes, that's, as you said, is where it counts. Nothing else matters. Once that bell goes, it's all about, okay, you know, that's it. You know, the stopwatch hits the button and off they go.
Some good combination there by Danny, using the jab hook and right low kick. But then Gav retaining his position really well and keeping his balance.
Yeah, he's not phased at all, is he, Danny? Even though, like I said, considering, I mean, I don't know what Danny's record is. I mean, I have watched Danny fight, I think, twice. Now, I've watched Gavin fight over a dozen times. And I'm not saying he's had 12 and he's had 2. I'm saying that I've only watched Danny compete twice. Gavin, like I said, I've watched a lot of his career. And I'm guessing, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I do feel that Gavin's probably the more experienced of the two, and he's tapping into that very nicely. Nice catch of the leg and returning with a low kick from Danny there. Nice way.
Well, again, it comes back to the balance. Comes back to the balance, comes back to the footwork and maintaining position.
Well, the first round I had it 10-10 with a red mark for the star, as they call it. And it's the judge's star. What that means is basically you've got your eye on them, just like Richard did a bit earlier on with one of the fights. Which to me, he got the right score on that one, and I give it a draw. And then Richard saw something, give it that little star, and it paid off in later rounds. Now, 10-10 with a star first round, 10-9. I'm a little bit bold perhaps on my judging there for round 2. Round 3, now, do you know what? Blue corner came back a little bit there. I'm tempted to go back with a 10-10.
Because it started to come back into it, and it wasn't as big an effect as round 2 was.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from.
Thank
with
you. Like I say, I mean,
Out.
I don't profess to be. I do judging. I don't do a lot of it. I mean, I'm jack of all. I think the master of none. Is that the same? I promote. I fought.
Round
I teach
4.
in a full-time gym. I judge, commentate, MC, and promote. And God knows what else that we do, Richard. Oh, there we go.
That's a good takedown there.
It was a good takedown. Like I said, I just felt that I thought the way it was looking at the start. Oh, nice return though from Gavin.
Gav trying to show him how it's done.
Yeah. But at first I thought, as the rounds were starting unfolding, I thought that Gavin was sort of stepping up and up, but Danny's managed to just pull back in that third a little bit. Yeah, he's taking the fight to him now, isn't he, in this fourth round?
Yeah, he's matched it really well.
I mean, the Stasi Parappa guys will know that fourth rounds, the third and fourth play a big part. And you can just hear there Steve Cullen and Mark saying, Danny, you've got him, he's tired. There's obviously a lot of psychology going with from the corners to the fighters. It's all very, very important and part and parcel of Muay Thai.
Yeah, the majestic gym there. We've got Steve Donnelly in the corner. Steve's been fighting for years.
Sorry to interrupt you there. I just missed it. I just noticed there. I looked at the corner. Got 2 of the fighters, well, 3 fighters in the corner. Steve Donnelly now is helping training at Majestic. A former champion himself, Steve. Been around years, originally from Pelly's. We're missing Kevin Harper, aren't we? So I've just managed to stop Gavin Rogerson with one hand as he came flying through the ring. Gavin, you're not podgy. Take it back. Love you, man.
Deft on his feet.
One hand stayed on the microphone. One hand stopping Gavin from sliding out and taking me and Richard out. Back into the action.
Some nice right knees there by Gav Rogerson.
So it's interesting how this fourth round's turned out.
Yeah, the Kirby tie corner screaming at Danny to keep the pressure on. He thinks that Gavin may be folding under this pressure.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to let you score the fourth round, Richard. I'm going to hand you my pen. Hang on, I've just took it back again. That's how I got mine. Fourth round, Richard. Go on, give us a little analysis and give me a little step-by-step how you would score that, sir.
Yeah, there was some clean shots thrown by Gav right at the start of the round. There was the big throw and push down by Danny when he left Gav sliding across the ring. But then Gav came back with some great clinch work, scoring with a couple of knees across the back. That's a really big score. So I'm going to give it the edge back to Gav.
Seconds.
So it's pretty close on paper.
All to fight for in this fifth and
I think
final
so.
round.
I do believe
Final round.
We've got this pretty much very close between us. And a great handshake and a hug from 2 Muay Thai fighters and athletes here, because that's what Muay Thai fighters are to me. They're athletes, absolute out-and-out athletes. Now this is B class. We've not actually seen any knees to the head yet, but both fighters have been quite content to pummel away at the body, which obviously is a very effective area.
Some Great boxing there by
good
Gav.
boxing, but yeah, good boxing and good boxing of both guys. But Gavin coming out the better there with the knees.
And Danny turning his back, which would serve badly against him. Danny getting those little swing knees in up to Gav's legs. Not really lifting to the body. There's one to the body. Some good work in the clinch here.
Yeah, I'd like to see those knees going into the body because they don't score too much to the legs, Richard, do they? It's, you know, I know they're sort of doing a little bit, they're playing the part, but you know, if it had brought them to the body, then he would score higher.
Definitely.
Oh, good knee.
That's a big
good
score
knee.
by Gav.
Well, lots of animation coming from the two local guys, Steve Cullen, Mark Wilson, two good friends of ours. I like them guys. Taking fighters everywhere. My show last week, they're out and out, like a lot of the trainers these days, okay? They're not frightened to take the fighters here, there and everywhere. But it's Gavin now that seems to be forging strongly in the clinch, Richard, and seems to be impressing
Certainly is.
the judges. I feel that I think that if there was any doubts between rounds 3 and 4, I think round 5 may have secured it for Gavin. But it was and you know what?
Great performance.
Good performance, as you said. Daniel Leadbetter definitely in the fight all the way through. Gavin had me worried in a few moments in that fight, but to me, I don't know. I think the 5th round just sort of, I think, will give the judges that little bit of the which way the pen will slide, and I think it will slide in the red favour.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the judges' scorecards, please show your appreciation to both fighters. After an immense 5 rounds of B-class action, the judges have reached a majority decision.
Majority,
Ladies
there you
and
go
gentlemen,
again. There's been lots of these
please put
tonight,
your hands
Richard.
together for
Majority
your winner.
decision.
In the blue corner,
Wow. Now then.
Danny
Now then.
Leadbetter.
Now, mixed reviews from the crowd. Gavin looking very, very, very confused.
Ladies and gentlemen, please raise the roof for our runner-up, Gavin Rogerson.
Looking very unconfused with that decision.
Yeah, I personally was giving it to Gav. I'm not exactly sure.
I thought he just got it in the 5th round, to be honest.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Perplexed. Word there is perplexed.
Perplexed. That's a good word.
Good word.
Perplexed.